Now, fans that either sold their tickets or whatever, all of a sudden an emphasis is starting to get thrown onto the tickets where people believe she will be playing. And that's starting to make the ticket prices go up, up, and up.
Ticket prices are out of control, and the Federal Reserve might need to step in. Games are selling out, viewership is hitting record highs, and fans are doing whatever it takes to score courtside seats. It's unbelievable. People are wondering if she's a mix of LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Taylor Swift all rolled into one. And it's all thanks to Caitlin Clark's incredible return from injury.
In fact, ticket sales are down 70% in many places. The Fever played the Mystics 2 nights ago. The cheapest ticket before her injury was announced was $41. Okay. The cheapest one. After her injury was announced and people knew that she wasn't going to be playing, the lowest ticket price dropped to $3. $3. This is the Caitlin Clark effect. The WNBA doesn't quite realize what they have in Caitlin Clark. She is the absolute golden goose, the golden ticket. She is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. They must protect her at all costs.
Caitlin Clark isn't just making plays on the court, she's shaking up the entire game. She's changing how people spend, what the media talks about, and how players are seen. Meanwhile, the WNBA seems caught off guard by all the attention. Let's face it, there's a clear line between the league before Caitlin and after. Before her, ticket prices were modest. Now, they're soaring, pushing fans into premium territory.
Don't hate the player, hate the game she got, because she's really talented, especially for being Palangi, Mm-hmm. She's like the Stephen Curry of WNBA with the threes and stuff. Like, proven fact is, like, they had a game on June 7th scheduled, it was going to be Ada Reese's team, which plays for Chicago, and then for Caitlin Clark's team. They were supposed to go up there playing Chicago on June 7th. First, the ticket sales were at $76 a ticket. Then after they found out Caitlin Clark's not playing that game, she got injured, sales dropped to $25 a ticket.
What's really heating up isn't just the game, it's the tension from some WNBA veterans who seem upset about all the attention. But here's the thing, a bigger audience means more money for everyone. So maybe it's time to relax. The Caitlin Clark effect isn't just about scoring 30 points. It's bigger than that, it's everywhere. Her presence alone boosts ticket sales, merchandise, and TV ratings. Even when she's not playing, the buzz is real. Security teams are on edge because fans are reacting like she's Taylor Swift showing up at an NFL game.
In fact, ticket sales are down 70% in many places. The Fever played the Mystics 2 nights ago. The cheapest ticket before her injury was announced was $41. Okay. The cheapest one. After her injury was announced and people knew that she wasn't going to be playing, the lowest ticket price dropped to $3. $3. This is the Caitlin Clark effect. The WNBA doesn't quite realize what they have in Caitlin Clark. She is the absolute golden goose, the golden ticket. She is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. They must protect her at all costs. You can argue all you want if she's the best player in the league, but you absolutely cannot argue if she's the most important, because she is. She is more valuable than all the other players combined, and that is just a fact.
And here's the surprising part, some WNBA players seem more bothered than excited. You'd think the league would be celebrating someone who's bringing this much attention and growth, but instead, a few players look like they'd rather face a fast break barefoot than give Caitlin Clark credit. It's almost like they think she showed up and took their spotlight, and maybe even their endorsements.
WNBA is now suffering a major injury as Caitlin Clark is going to be out for 2 weeks with a quad injury. And the reason we're bringing this up specifically is the Clarkonomics effect to this. Obviously, players miss time all the time, but the Sky and the Fever are supposed to play in Chicago in about a week on June 7th. The opening ticket price was $86 because you have the Angel Reese vs. Caitlin Clark showdown that is now box office. Yeah, those tickets are now down to $25. Down to $25 after the injury announcement. And it's supposed to take place in the Bulls Arena, the United Center, as opposed to the normal Wintrust Arena. That's about a 12,000 seat difference, give or take. So
here's what's really strange. Even on nights when Caitlin Clark doesn't play, arenas are still packed. Fans show up just on the chance she might. That kind of pull is rare. And while some players are busy posting passive-aggressive messages about respecting the vets, millions are tuning in to watch Caitlin get double and triple teamed. The reality is, she's not here to compete against them, she's lifting the whole league. But instead of riding that wave, some are trying to sink the ship. On the surface, it's all smiles and welcome to the league, But behind the scenes, there's plenty of side-eye, hard fouls, and talk about rookies needing to earn it. Funny thing is, if getting your team on national TV for the first time in over a decade doesn't count as earning it, what does? The envy is loud. And the irony? Caitlin isn't even asking for special treatment. She's not acting like a diva, she's just drilling deep threes from way beyond the arc like it's second nature. But instead of recognizing the change she's bringing, some players seem more focused on guarding the door than growing the game. Clip 6. Then there's the media frenzy. The moment Caitlin Clark touches the ball, it's wall-to-wall coverage, analysts can't stop talking, cameras zoom in from every angle, and it feels more like a documentary than a basketball game. The league's social media numbers soar, and suddenly, casual fans are breaking down defensive strategies on TikTok. You'd think the players would be celebrating all this attention. Instead, some are tossing out lines like, "She hasn't proven herself yet." Really? She's made a bigger impact in a few weeks than some teams have in over a decade. And it's not just when she plays. Even when Caitlin's sidelined, fans show up in droves hoping she'll appear. Ticket scalpers are treating her games like a concert event, while some teams haven't drawn that kind of crowd since the Obama years. Her absence gets more buzz than some full rosters. Still, there's resistance. A stream of vague tweets, side comments, and cold stares from players who seem to think she invented hype. Yes, she's a rookie, but she's also a rookie who's packing arenas and generating more buzz than entire franchises. That's not a fluke, it's a movement.
Support system, that shouldn't change. I think, Caitlin knows that she has the ears and eyes in the locker room and the support that she has behind, whether it's us or anybody else. I would like to think that she knows it's there and to really take her time and make sure that she's, well enough to be who she needs to be for us because I want the 100% Caitlin, so I'll take it.
The disconnect is hard to ignore. Yes, the WNBA has always had stars. Diana Taurasi, for example, could probably elbow a brick wall and make it say sorry. But Caitlin Clark brings something different. She's not just a great player, she's a cultural force. The kind of impact Serena Williams or Tiger Woods had. It's that rare spark you can't teach, coach, or copy. And no one's saying she's perfect. Clark gets blocked, she turns the ball over, she's still learning. But here's the difference, even her mistakes go viral. When she hits the floor, it's trending. When she gets fouled, it turns into a national debate. That's influence, not because she demanded it, but because she earned it. She didn't just show up, she lit a fire. And if the league were thinking long-term, it would harness that energy, not try to snuff it out with cold post-game quotes and unnecessary elbows. Some players are treating her rise like she needs to be put in her place, as if this is a rite of passage. But this isn't a club initiation, it's a business. And right now, Caitlin Clark is the most compelling case for the WNBA's future the league has ever had.
Turns out she's human after all, Dan. She's going to be out for at least a couple of weeks, it appears.
Yeah, what's interesting about Caitlin Clark? Remember last year, she played in the Final Four. Right after that, she went immediately to the WNBA. Draft came, season started, and, didn't miss a beat. And all of a sudden, she got a little rest and comes back, gets a little banged up. I heard you talking about it earlier, and it's going to be fascinating to me, Ricky. I've been to Fever games, and the one thing you notice, and this is more so than even when Peyton Manning was the quarterback of the Colts,